Hello everybody, and thanks for being here for another one of those Afterthoughts. This time it's in regard to the movie Groundhog Day that we just watched the other day. Actually, Groundhog Day was yesterday, and you can see it's a little bit overcast here today in LA, but that's not going to stop me. Anyway, as you know, we really enjoyed this movie. It was an awesome experience, and I don't even have to say much about the writing or the acting or the production design. All that was perfect, but of course the thing that was so amazing about this movie was the concept and the plot, and the message, the overall message of the movie. And that's exactly the kind of movies I like. Movies that makes you think. Because I'm pretty sure that everybody who watches that movie at one point will ask themselves, man, what's it gonna take to finally get out of this time loop? And of course then later on it was revealed throughout the movie that Phil just had to become a decent human being. That's all it took, and it was very interesting to watch him throughout his journey. At the beginning, he was this miserable, egotistical guy. He was rude and unhappy, and then throughout the movie, he actually became a decent person, and he also became happy, which is something one should remember, and also it gives you a lot of questions that you could ask, thought experience. For example, what would you do if you would be stuck right now, this particular day, while you watch this video? If you would be stuck in this particular day, what would you do? What would you do all day? And another question could be, if you could pick any of your days that you have lived, if you could pick any day to be stuck in, which day would it be and why? I mean, I would have to think about this quite a while. But the important question, of course, the film also raises is, to look at yourself and think or figure out are you a decent person? Are you giving your best? Are you nice to people and friendly to people? Because if not, it's not quite fair, because it's kind of like what Dennis Prager says, acting happy is a moral obligation. Now, why is that? Well, it's kind of like the same, if you don't take a shower for 3 days and you start to stink and smell, you're not going to go out and meet people and mingle and put that stink of yours onto other people. That would be rude, right? But it's exactly the same thing with having a bad attitude or being miserable all the time and negative. You don't, or you shouldn't, go out and meet people and mingle and put that bad attitude onto other people, because you make other people unhappy too, and that's not fair. So I think we all can take a look at ourselves, and I'm sure there are areas everybody can improve, be a little bit more nice and decent and helpful, because ultimately it will actually make you happy too. That's the thing. It's just like Jessica said at the end of the movie, that giving somebody a gift makes you happier than actually receiving a gift. Or at least with evolved people, I would say that's the case. And in the movie, it was very clear that the more Phil helped other people, the happier he became himself. And that's a very important lesson. And another thing I thought was very interesting was that Phil actually committed suicide. I mean, many times, I wonder, would we do the same thing if we're stuck in the same day over and over again? Would that ultimately drive us to suicide? And if so, why? I guess in Phil's case, he tried whatever he could to get out, and he was always back to one, and people didn't remember him. That was a big one. And maybe that's something, people are obviously important in our lives, especially the people that we know and build a history with. So that's a very important element of being a human being, And maybe deep inside our DNA, maybe it's just the next logical step to die and move on into a different world, Once you die and leave this earth, some people believe there is more, others they don't. But that's up to you to figure out. You know, it's just an interesting thought I had, wondering if every human being ultimately would go towards depression and suicide if they would be stuck in the same day. I don't know, you know, but those are very interesting thoughts, and that's exactly the kind of movies I like, movies that make you think, you know, that will think more about it probably, but I just wanted to share those thoughts, and thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one, eh? All right, have a good one, bye-bye.